Hello, welcome to another episode of Specs Tech. Now this one's been a bit delayed due to an issue with this product that I will describe. Nothing to do with the keyboard, it's something to do with these two, but when I start the box and stuff, might as well do a pseudo unboxing, even though I've been using this keyboard for about almost a month now, so comes in a super high quality cardboard with all the info you need, how long the USB cable is, what features are on it, and this is the Famicom edition because I think it looks better, honestly. This was about $100 off Amazon, which is kind of crazy. But yeah, here's the keyboard. It's beaut. It looks better in person than it does on camera. It comes with the manual, which is thick because of all the languages and everything. There's not much settings to it, but we can take a quick look at it. There's just how to do fast key mapping. There's Bluetooth and 2.4 gigahertz connection with a little adapter that's plugged in my main PC, and you can do it wired, of course, and then everything that's on here. It also comes with these weird little stickers, which I did use one of them to mark something on there. I used the emo one, but these are really cringy, but kind of funny. I like them. I mean, I think most people would use these, Control-C, Control-V, but I'm gonna leave those in there. Here's a little tiny, honestly, this could have just been the whole manual. This is just how to fast map the keyboard if you don't want to use the software, because the software, we'll get to that. Yeah. So that's everything you get, and you also get these. These are the reason why this video is so delayed. So these are macro buttons, basically. The keyboard comes with 2 built-in versions, and these are the external ones. You can plug up to 4 of them. In the back of the keyboard, there's these little slots, and you just take the plug and plug it in. It's kind of weird, but hey, it works, so you know. Well, okay, so this button, when I got it, it did not work at all. As long as the switch had 2 messed up, I'm not going to take it out, but it had 2 messed up prongs that were bent completely sideways and were unable to actually be registered by this. So I contacted 8bitdo and told them, hey, I just got this yesterday, and the button doesn't work. Like, it won't work. And I showed them a picture of the keycap, and they said, oh, we are sorry that happened. We are going to send you a replacement and a bonus gift. So they did end up sending me ones that work, and they ended up sending me a pretty good bonus gift, but we're not going to talk about that in this video. This one worked fine. So let's take a look at the keyboard itself. It is an 87 key, which means you don't get a keypad, which could be a deal breaker for a lot of people. Initially was a deal breaker for me. This came out like early September. I didn't get it till like about the second week or so of September because I had to think about it. But I realized I really don't need it that much. So I needed a new keyboard. I was using a shitty membrane one, my old gaming computer one no longer worked. The wire got all bent up and everything, and this one's wireless, so that's already a plus. The keys have a good amount of travel to them. They can be a little tricky to push down. You gotta put a little bit of effort into it, unlike these buttons, you could just barely put any effort in the registers. These you gotta put a little bit more effort into, but I think that's not that bad of a negative. There are some special buttons on here, which are the 8B buttons, which, like I said before, act as built-on versions of these that you can map to the macros. There's a little power LED, and like scroll lock, caps lock LED. It's weird having a keyboard that has a battery in it, but the battery should last about, I believe, about 40-60 hours on a single charge. It lasts a long time, so I'm going to now plug it into this laptop I have here, and we're going to take a look at the 8bitdo software, hopefully. I had to use this laptop instead of my main PC because there was a bug on it that might also be on this version, but when I tried to edit the profiles on this, yes, it's the same thing. I think something is wrong with the firmware. This is basically just says unable to read configuration file. Like, I don't know how to reset this thing. I'm going to make it do an update. But the software did work when I first got the thing, but when I updated the keyboard, it stopped letting me assign macros. I don't think they've updated the actual software. They've only updated the firmware of the devices. So, I don't know if they're planning on fixing this or not. Honestly, I kind of doubt it. But even updating the firmware, I don't think it's going to work. I don't know if there's like a reset button or not on here. I'm still getting that error. I don't believe. No, there is not a reset button. It just shows the website support thing. But that's okay. You don't actually. You can get a more limited version with the quick start button on here. So if you do want to map something here, we'll go ahead and open up like a notepad or something on this computer. Come on. So we'll open up Notepad on here and a Notepad type. So yeah, so we can hit the star button on here, which will be flashing mode. So now you can post like the shortcuts you want. So I can hit Control A, and then I can push the B button. And now when I type some stuff and hit the B button, it'll do Control A. So now we can press the star, hold Control V, and now we should be able to click back into focus. Okay, hopefully I did it right. Control B. Good demonstration. I'll try it one more time. I'll try different control. Control V. Okay. Interesting. Is this one not working? It is working because when I hit it, that's weird. Okay. Unintended side effect. We'll try it with the buttons on the keyboard. Okay. Does Control V just not work on this laptop? Oh, it doesn't. That's weird. Okay. I guess we'll try just mapping like WASD. Okay, that works. I don't know why Control V doesn't work on this laptop, but yeah, we can map buttons to it. So it's not a fault of the keyboard. It's just the computer. But yeah, you can obviously, they sell these individually for about like 20 bucks or so you can get like up to 4 of these and just have a bunch of macros. Or you can use the built-in ones. The built-in ones you had to activate using the profile button. I had this set up for a macro in a game. So yeah, obviously I'm not typing anything and it's just doing them keys, and you can stop at any time hitting the button. I don't have one assigned to here right now, but yeah. That's, you don't need to hit the star key to use the button ones. These will always be active. If the software was working, you could actually map up to, I think, about 30 inputs on these buttons. But I believe with the fast mapping, you can only do maybe, I think, 6 or how many you can hold down. You can't really, like, do WASD. It'll just be WASD at the same time, you know. You can't program a sequence using these. This is why you need the software, but the software doesn't want to work even on this computer, so something must be, I don't know. I'll have to email them, reach out, let them know the issue. But yeah, I do really like using this keyboard, just, you know, to type, do my communications with and everything. I think it's great. These buttons, I mean, they came free with it. I guess they're included in the cost. I kind of wish they had like an SKU of this without the buttons, because the buttons, in my experience, haven't really been that useful. They've just been kind of sitting there as like a display piece more than actual usage. So I would prefer if they made like an SKU that instead of these about $20 each, they can easily have the keyboard be like $80 instead of $100. But I'm sure they probably don't want to do that, which I understand. And I think the keyboard itself is really good. It's definitely the best keyboard I've had. I read of them had, you know, extra resources to make like a number pad option than these little button things. You know, it is what it is, but this keyboard is really good, and I do like using it, and the fact that it has Bluetooth and a 2.4 gigahertz little USB dongle is very helpful and very convenient. You can hook this up to your Android, you can hook it up to your Switch, your Steam Deck, laptop, PC, anything, basically. So, a lot of versatility with this keyboard compared to just a wired one. Because, you know, wired ones are great, and you get the least amount of latency, but 2.4 gigahertz isn't gonna have that much latency anyways. So I prefer to use this for 2.4 gigahertz and then just charge it when it needs charging. So this light will flash, it'll flash on and off like this when it needs charging, just more faster. But yeah, it's a pretty good keyboard. I'm gonna give the keyboard a 9 out of 10. If I had a number pad, it'd be a 10. I'm gonna give these buttons a 5 out of 10. I don't know, I think they're just kind of eh. And I give the software a 1 out of 10. So, thank you for watching.